Once we removed all of the gel with our new safety bit, again, right or left-handed, what we're going to do is we're going to start the application. I'm going to show you guys how to rock and roll so you can get your client basically out the door in a heartbeat. We're going to take Protein Bond and we're going to apply it to the exposed free edge. Again, I don't want to cake the whole nail. Notice how long her free edges are. All I'm doing is getting it to the very, very edge of her natural nails. Here, right here. Making sure that we're going to prevent any kind of chipping from occurring. We're going to take our base gel. What I like to do is get a nice coat, brush it down the center. Again, I want to ensure that we're going to get not only a nice coat, but I don't want it running onto the skin. And again, since we're doing her right hand, I'm going to focus most of my attention here on this side, keeping a little bit of space on this side, because I'm going to go back. Notice that her fingers actually tilted down. With whatever I have on my brush, I'm going to make sure that we're going to get it nice and even from cuticle to free edge. And guess what, you guys? You don't need to cap the free edge at all. All I'm going to do, place a nice coat all the way down, make sure it's nice and even all the way through, pulling away her skin, making sure it's nice and even. And then I'm going to go back and finish off my thumb, which is only going to be this side. Whatever residue I have, I'm going to make sure, again, that it's nice and thin, and nice and thin. All right, once we're done doing the base, we're going to get it inside the light. And while that is inside the light, I'm going to be working on the other hand. Same exact thing. Notice on her left, I'm going to focus my attention on this side, keeping a little bit of space on the opposing side, as you can see right here, because I'm going to work the excess, gives it a chance to actually run down the side with whatever I have on my brush. I'm going to gently apply this all the way down the edge, making sure I'm getting it as close to the growth channels as I possibly can, all the way through. Whatever excess I have, I can just brush that back. Nice and even, nice and thin. Notice that we're not having any shrinking anywhere. What I'm going to do is going to make sure that we're going to come in, make sure it's nice and tight, and nice and right. We actually have the base on this hand. We're going to switch. That wasn't even in the light for the full 2 minutes. Again, doesn't matter. We are rocking and rolling as we are working. We're going to choose Brown 101 from the original 18-piece collection. We're actually going to roll the gel bottle, give it a couple slaps, and then what I like to do is once we take it out, I like to stir it up right down the center. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to put a really nice thin coat, and again, we're just going to strip it right down the middle. Try to get as close to sides as we possibly can without touching. We don't want to overwhelm the natural nail with too much gel. All we want to be able to do is get a nice coat and then come back and do our detailing. Right? We don't want to treat this like nail polish, but we want it to look like it when we're done. The greatest thing about this is it doesn't dry while you're using it. So again, I'm going to come in with my brush, Same exact thing. I'm going to get it close to this side, close to the cuticle, leave a little bit of space on the opposite side. Then with whatever I have inside here, I'm going to work down the sides, close to my cuticle. See how patchy it looks? Not a problem. We want it to look like that. Your perfection is actually going to come with your second application. Again, all the way down the sides, nice and even, all the way down the sides. All it's doing is brushing on like nail polish. Perfect. Perfect. Again, coming down, great, I have it. I'm going to make sure that we touch up this corner. All my sides are in great shape. I do a little bit of detail work along the edges just to make sure they're nice and right. That's going to go inside the light. And I'm going to be working on the other hand. Same thing, down the center. And again, I leave a little bit of space on the sides so I have room to work. I brush on a nice coat. I don't want to have to do it perfect. Leave a little bit of space, but just get a nice coat on, right? Nice thin coat. You can almost see through it. It's not so thin where it's like basically patchy. I'm putting it on so that it's nice and thin, but again, it has good coverage. Same exact thing all the way through. And notice with her left hand, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to focus my attention on getting it close to this side, but at the same exact time, I'm going to leave a little bit of space on the opposite side. That way it has a chance to actually move. What we're going to do, we're going to get the brush, we're going to come through, we're going to work her sides, we're going to work her sides, then get close to the cuticle. We're going to work her sides, then get close to the cuticle. Same exact thing on the other two fingers. The great thing about it is because the product is so thin, it's actually going to look just like nail polish when we're done. Alright, put that on. And again, notice the thumb, look at that, it almost ran right down to the edge. I don't really have to do that much work. I'm just going to come in, just touch it up, and again, try to brush off a lot of the excess to make sure that we have a nice thin layer. And then we're going to get inside the light. Now the great thing is, when she comes out, look at this you guys, that's not even 2 minutes. Look at that, it's already set. I don't have to worry. Get it on, get it in, get it on, get it in, get it on, get it in until you're completely done. We're going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to get a nice coat from cuticle to free edge, and you can already take a look at what it looks like. Look at that, it already looks like a perfect gel polish application. And the great thing about using the safety bit while you're working, if I want to add glitter, if I want to do art, if I want to change out designs, you no longer have to wait. They come in, you get it off, and you get ready for the next great thing. Clients are going to be so stoked. We get a really nice coat from cuticle to free edge. And again, I'm going to come in, I'm leaving all that excess on the center, and I'm working, notice I'm working this side, I'm going to get really, really close, brush it through, leave a little bit of space on this side because our hand is going to tilt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through with whatever excess I have. I'm going to make sure with nice, gentle pressure, we're going to get it as close to the sidewalls as we possibly can, and again, as close to the cuticle. I'm done with that nail. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to focus my attention on the sides, nice and gentle. Do the same thing on the opposing side, nice and gentle, and then close to the cuticle areas. Whew, beautiful. Same exact thing, all the way through, nice and tight. I try to keep a real light pressure. I don't want to drag the brush through. With the gel polish, you almost kind of want to float the brush through. You'll make sure that you're going to have a really nice, smooth, basically streak-free application. Great, got that done. Again, get close to the sides. Got all the nails done, and I know one thing. I have to come and finish off this corner. And what I'm gonna make sure I'm doing is just going to brush it through. Perfect. Nails look gorgeous inside the light. Switch. Same exact thing. I'm gonna brush it all the way through. Brush it all the way through. You guys notice I'm keeping space along the sides. Brush it all the way through. Do the pinky. All right, and then again with the thumb, same exact thing. Focus my attention on getting a nice clean application. Leave a little bit of space on that side. Why? Because we're going to tilt. Come back with whatever I have on my brush. Finish off the sides. Finish off the sides. Then do the cuticle area. All right, same thing. Finish off the sides. You notice I'm using the edge of my brush. Great thing about our brush is it has such precision with the edges that you're actually able to get really, really close without touching. Side, side, side. Make sure I get those edges nice and tight right there. All right, let's get it inside the light. We're ready for the top coat application. Now again, when you're working with top coat, it's really runny. So what we want to be able to do is do the same thing. Down the middle, sides, cuticle area. Down the middle. Myself a nice coat down the middle. Down the middle. Down the middle. Down the middle. Make sure we have a nice coat. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we don't get too close to that side. I'm going to work the cuticle and sides nice and even, cuticle to free edge. I have enough top coat on here to come all the way down and all the way through. Down the cuticle. Nice and even. And this will prevent it from running all over the place. Alright, again we're coming down here. I only have to finish off this side. This side is pretty much done. Alright, inside the light, next hand, same exact thing. Nice amount down the center. All the way through. Again, remember when we're doing the thumbs, I'm going to do this side, keep a little bit of space on that side, that way when I turn the hand it doesn't run all the way into the skin. Same exact thing, let's just brush this nice and even, cuticle to free edge. All the way through, cuticle to free edge. Free edge, cuticle to free edge, making sure that we're getting a nice even coat. Alright, and again, we only need this corner right here, and we are done. Inside the light. Alright, now remember you guys, that one inside, we're going to use our manicure cleanser. We're going to wipe the dispersion layer from cuticle to free edge. Making sure. There. Go ahead and take rose oil. Condition this in. Been in for less than a minute. You want to give it at least a minute. Come on out. As you can see, we have absolute perfection. Let me go ahead and condition the nails. We've got our client in and out in less than 30 minutes.